It's a real-life love story. An Ohio couple spent more than 65 years of their lives together and, in the end, died just 11 hours apart.
Ruth and Harold Knapke met in third grade, and they were together all those years, and their family says it was no coincidence at all. Joining us now is the grandson of Harold and Ruth, Jeffrey Simon. Good to see you, Jeffrey, and we're so sorry for the loss of both of your grandparents, but I know that you believe that somehow God factored into this, right?
Right. Good morning, and thanks for having me on. They knew each other their whole lives, and they were devout Catholics their whole lives, and went to Sunday Mass together. Grandma was rarely seen without a rosary in her hand, and towards the end of their lives, Grandpa had blessed Grandma with holy water, so that was just kind of the example they showed in their faith, and I think that their relationship with God really kind of strengthened their own relationship, and you kind of saw that until the very end when they were together.
Sure. And Jeffrey, I understand one family member said in the last couple of days before they died, we saw it coming.
Right. Grandpa had been, both of their health had kind of went downhill in the last year, especially Grandpa. You know, he would sleep for almost 20 hours a day, so he was getting very tired, very weak, and we were kind of wondering, you know, why is he holding on for so long? And finally, within that last week, you know, he was just as sick as he'd always been, and Grandma came down with a pretty severe infection. So, come the last day, my mom and my aunts, and they kept on telling Grandpa, you know, she's gonna go. You know, it's time to let go. It's time to let go. So they said that he became very calm, and his health just went down very quickly from there, and he passed away at 7:30 on that Sunday morning, and then 6:30 that night, Grandma's infection finally got to her, and she passed that night.
So he held on for her.
Right, that's definitely what we thought over the last year. You know, we always kind of said over the last year, you know, man, we kind of hope and, you know, pray that they go together because one couldn't do without the other one, and they certainly surprised us by going in the same day.
And I understand you were able to have a funeral, a dual funeral, and had them both at the same time.
Right, yeah, we had in the same church, all the granddaughters carried up Grandma's casket, and all the grandsons carried up Grandpa's casket. So on the drive over to the cemetery, we actually were able to drive past their farmhouse that they raised 6 kids in, and the current owner actually had his flag at half-staff for both of them, but specifically for Grandpa because he did serve in World War II.
Wow, wow. You know, I was just sitting here thinking how blessed I was to have most of my grandparents around for so long like you did with both of them, and the wonderful memories and lessons that they teach us. Can you share a couple of the memories that you had of your grandparents together all of those years?
Really, you kind of think about the little things, and that was definitely Grandma and Grandpa always would go over on Sunday afternoons, play pinochle, play a bunch of cards, and they'd be, you know, have that same old swing music, same CD that kept on being on repeat. So it was little things like that, but then you also, you know, you remember the lessons that they showed, not only from what they told you, but just by the way they lived their lives, you know, the way they raised their family and their relationship with each other. So that's definitely something to take away from them.
No kidding. He hung on to the end for her, and now your family feels they're together in heaven.
Yeah, it definitely kind of softened the blow of losing them both at the same time, to know that, you know, they're together in a happier place and, you know, together, and that's really, you know, all you can ask for.
Sure.
Wow. You hear about these stories happening, but to talk to you and hear your own personal account, Jeffrey Simon, thanks so much for sharing your memories and the life of your grandparents who were together 65 years. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me on.
That's a love story.
No doubt.
Meanwhile, we're going to wrap things up with a surprise. I have a bet.
Surprise.
A surprise here. We're going to get that young Ethan to dance.
Okay. All right.